They say entrepreneurship is a journey, not a sprint. So in the year 2008, Making Moves has showcased over 150 young entrepreneurs across all 9 provinces. Bonke labosomabhizinisi basebenza kuma sectors adlulela ku-15 kwesimo somnotho sakuleli. Kule season we revisit some of these businesses to find out what moves that they've been making since our last visit. It doesn't matter how slow you go, as long as you keep on moving. Making Moves, inspiring a generation of young entrepreneurs. Today on Making Moves, we revisit 3 entrepreneurs who first stepped onto our corridors in Season 5 and Season 3 respectively. Walter Tau of iYouth Technologies. Business was relatively new when we first profiled him, and he had a long way to grow. Today, he is a father-to-be, but his business hasn't progressed that much.
Welcome to our class, Arona Encha.
Yes, sir.
If you go to 2013, there's no partition. Already desk fella.
Bree's website Designers was profiled in Season 5 against business challenges, financial problems, and business closure. Today, he has managed to turn the clock in his business and has managed to grow his employees from 3 to 11. Bongani, last time I saw you, bunabasebenzi abathathu. The team has grown. Sengibala abantu kanti bayadlula ku-10. Muzikayise Nkosi of ICT Solutions is an entrepreneur at heart. In Season 3 of Making Moves, we first introduced you to this young entrepreneur hailing from Soweto. Since then, his business has moved from Soweto to Johannesburg CBD with a satellite office in Pretoria and boasting a total of 22 employees, of which 16 are permanent employees.
No, siyabonga. I mean, first impressions last. So a client maga walking in, they have to be impressed. And then when you sit down for a meeting, they're already sold.
They're already sold. The South African ICT sector performance review between 2009 and 2010 was 2.8% to the GDP.
It has been a major contributor in the economy in terms of the IT spend from government and as well as from the different companies that rely on the use of IT as a technology.
5-10 years ago, the industry was almost dead.
In my opinion, there's a lot of revenues for growth in the industry, especially in Africa.
Direct contribution of the ICT sector to the GDP was 94.7 billion in 2012, measured at 2.9%.
Well, I think there can be more done by young people.
There are quite a few examples I can mention about African children from small villages coming up with apps or any technological innovations.
It's different and it's in fashion and a lot of people need it right now.
You still have big players who are playing this monopolistic sort of vibe, so which brings an opportunity for young, dynamic and innovative companies to then join the market.
26.8 billion worth of ICT products were exported, representing 2.8% of all exports in 2012.
There's countries in the world which are very progressive regarding ICT, and I think that we should actually look into that because it doesn't require much capital, doesn't require much qualification or licensing. I do think that you will see a lot more young people entering the space. I think many businesses would actually require people who are able to develop softwares that protect against viruses, etc. So I think it's very profitable. I think it's fantastic for everyone who wants to have some sort of future or money through that. As I said, you don't really need much money to do that, So it's a viable business in my opinion.
The area of growth really is the area of services, where you provide now other applications and things that are quite relevant to what the people need.
Ngisono Trading ngizohlangana nensizwa egama layo ebizwa ngokuthiwa uBongani, umphathi wenkampani yaziwa ngokuthiwa yiBWD. uyabona ke lensizwa leni sibe nekhanda elinkenketha kakhulu makuza kwezamabhizinisi. Ibhizinisi lakhe walisungula kwaba khona ukuntengantenga okukhona wacishe walivala kodwa ke namhlanje usalibambile lisimeme. Ngagcina ukumbona 3 years ago esebenzela le eWevali. Kuqhukile ke izinto ngo2016 njengoba esebenzela lapha ke. Into engifuna ukuyazi ukuthi ke yena ke njengoba ediversify ibhizinisi lakhe wathi ke futhi ke nokuqasha abantu abaningi abamsiza ngalo. Yini ke into asayishintshile ngalo nyaka lo ka2016? Ake sihambeni siyombona.
The name is Bongani Gosa, born and raised in Mafikeng, Komanje-Mantsu. Came to Joburg 2001, I was studying IT. At the moment, I have BTech, IT, I have certificate in advanced project management. And then I'm also running my own advertising agency, Monothridi.
I guess you told him last to Kala Panzi talk with Senegal.
All right.
Okay. Lead the way, put.
Okay.
3 years ago, last time we born, umuntu wamachita. Thanda ukubloma, lishisa nyama, you know, they get together. Usanzana urata ntuse?
Yeah, no, sansikele rata. Sansikia chisa nyama once in a while, maybe once every 2 or 4 weeks. So I create na kufela kia kokasi lo chisa nyama machi. I'd say the strong qualities are a good organizer. Yeah.
He's not one of those guys about pretending, you know? Like, we get to a place, the booze is too expensive. There's no way he's gonna sit there and spend $200 and pretend he enjoys it.
I think my weak qualities, mainly, to be honest with you, is that
I know Rico Jadling Asimochus.
Yeah.
You go after again.
Yeah.
About John Godling.
Thank you. No, Godling Havana Matata Manzwezi, they just okay. I think Bona they just glad for it. Their son is doing fairly well for himself, more Gauteng, city of lights.
Yeah. Mosi?
Mosi nothing yet. It's a Untalo Bola da.
Okay. At least again the headway.
Yeah.
You know, small Marilo will keep you.
Yeah. So Untalo Bola Horwezi game.
Yeah.
Life Kasinke and then them talk adena. I think Kemorata, so it's about time then Naki Rekonare Kopile then Relukise Tsirowaro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
How do you feel Bongani has grown personally?
I think now I've grown quite a lot as a person because since then what I've also started doing gets public speaking, so just sharing knowledge about business and stuff like that. Just to educate about this business thing because this year is my 10th year Kipusha business. It's been very tough and very difficult.
Ukasi do linje uduti we mezi business. Last year udu khote urekisa magwenya ko strateng mole. You know how to roblela rwena urekisa magwenya. Ratla tseba yang khoro arekisa.
The website is just a small part of the advertising puzzle. So now what we do is that we try to solve a business problem through advertising.
Making moves. Whatever route obona so khuluma ngezama business ke manje. And I'm happy to see that, you know, 3 years later you're still standing sikwezinye indawo.
Yeah.
I want to see this growth. I've heard about it. Now kubatla we want.
All right, no, thank you. Let's go.
Thank you.
I'm founder and creative director at Braze Website Designers, which is one of the few black advertising agencies our size. Our services are mainly vary from quite a number of things. We do animated explainer videos, we do websites, we do print, we do online advertising, we do all kinds of stuff. But our motto is very simple. We grow when you grow. So our business can only grow when we help our clients' businesses grow. We can be found on www.bwdadvertising.co.za. This is our new office. This is where we moved to. Yeah.
Yes, sir. But Bongani, before we go to, you know, way back and the move to here,
That's Giselle.
Hi, Giselle.
She's a graphics designer.
Okay.
And
interesting work. Eh?
That's Eddie.
Eddie, hi.
Eddie's a website designer, graphics designer as well. Yeah.
Wonderful. So you guys are enjoying what you're doing here.
One last time I saw you, bunabasebenzi abathathu. The team has grown. Sengibala abantu ngathi badlula ku-10.
Yeah, no.
How did the expansion come about? Asikhulise leli qembu.
The expansion maybe happened like gradually, slowly. In essence, what would happen is that we started off with, like I said, it was only 3 of us. Then we needed more capacity for more designers. Then we hired an extra design. Then over time, we realized that, you know what, we need someone in-house that can do video animations. Then we hired an animator.
Ngalesa sikhathi sana ngikuvashela 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Inkampani yakho yayaziwa kakhulu ukuthi nenza ama-website and niphinde niwa-maintain. Kodwa manje sengizwa futhi ukuthiwa nenza no-advertising. Sicela ungichazele kabanzi about leyo movie yenu.
A website is just a small part of the advertising puzzle. So now what we do is that we try to solve a business problem through advertising, in essence through storytelling. So that's where this advertising part comes through. Because now you'll notice we have kind of like different people doing different things which all talk to kind of the same thing. So we'll have like a copywriter that writes out like stories about whatever needs to happen. We'll have like a graphics designer that can do like a that can visually communicate whatever you want to communicate. We've got animators that can make your pictures move and do fancy things. So we do quite a lot of stuff. So that's why now we've just evolved into an advertising agency as opposed to just concentrating on a small part, advertising, which was websites. We still do websites, yes.
You still remember some of the tasks that the judges and the mentor gave you?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. One of them was to get a printed business profile.
You have an excellent team. I want you guys to put your head together. Come up with something that's wow. That how we are otamaka this thing, other than if we say, you know, I need you to come up with something that
I've got quite a few there in my office.
So now you have those.
Yes. We print like 1,000 of them. Yeah.
So that was the first one, printed profile. Yeah. The second one, you still remember the other one?
He the financial stuff.
Yeah.
And the motto, you know, I see hore. Hey, hona li di shopo tse di ntso yang go tsona. A kitse hore o ilo batlang go di begeng ka tšhelete ya company.
The other one was not using the company card for romance. I mean, romance pizza. No. What I've done now is that I've made sure that I get a salary so that I can use my personal card to buy for whatever that I want, as opposed to swiping for romance.
What I love most about it is the interaction with different people on a daily basis. You know, you get to run into different sorts of people in different industries. You know, you don't come to work and meet the same people over and over again. So I quite enjoy that variation. He's a cool boss, you know. Like he's reasonable, but obviously within the bounds of like what's professional.
Kanyane boasts over 10 years experience in the IT industry. Over the years, he has built experience in various aspects, ranging from account, project management, to directorship. Ule Ganyane is a pioneer and a game changer in the IT industry.
Yep, this is my office. At least now I've got a bit of privacy, so I can do quite a lot of things. And the nice thing is that I can also just look at the stuff through this window. But at least I've got an office now, unlike 3 years ago, where we shared like space with pretty much everyone and there was no privacy to do anything.
The business model cool and our challenges now are I think our challenges are beginning now and what take it.
No, the challenge is getting I think it's what our biggest challenge, it's mainly sales and business development. At that time, we were targeting a particular type of client, but over time, like I'm saying, now we're no more just a website design company, we're an advertising agency, so we're tackling a different type of client.
Getting more business is what we all want. You know, if there's a magic wand that one can do and get more business, then you do that. getting salespeople, getting feet on the streets and selling your products is a very key ingredient of business. Because if you produce things in your house but never get to sell them, you are like the light underneath the table.
Ama growth plans wako atini for a business. Ulibona liyakupi?
The growth plan is to become one of the biggest advertising agencies in South Africa. At the moment, we've got those big agencies around, but the bulk of them are foreign owned. So, but over time, well, within 10 years, our aim is to be the biggest advertising agency in SA.
Growth is an important part of the business, of any business for that matter. You don't want to stay the same size. You want to be able to look back and say, I was this size 10 years ago, this is how we've incrementally grown.
And like I said, in the last episode, the issue was that we don't have takeaway brochures, so this is our brochure.
This is what our student was talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then over and above that, we even take it further. Because we got featured on this publication, which is Entrepreneurship. We also give this away because we bought like 300 copies of this.
Yeah.
So everyone that comes to our office or everyone that we interact with, we give them this and this as well.
Before ngihamba mntababa. Yeah. Ngiyakhumbula ukuthi Making Moves you came, you pitched.
Yeah.
I was going to tell you 10,000 rand.
Based on your pitch today, because that's what the investment was for, the judges were not convinced that they should give you the money because you didn't convince them properly in terms of how effectively you're going to use the money for. But all the best, you've got potential, take all the advice and make use of it and you will succeed.
Ekugcineni wathi musuhamba wathi imali ibingabalekanga then advice uyitholile laphayana. Do you still share those same sentiments?
Yes, I still share those exact same sentiments because you'll notice that I implemented all the advice that was given by the mentor at the time. Because at the time, like I said, she said, you're in the marketing, I mean, you do marketing, but
no one knows about the business, how market.
Yeah, no one knows what I do.
Ukasiduli nje uduthi wemetse business la sesudu khote o rekisa magwenya ko strateng mole, you know, how to reblela wena o rekisa magwenya re tla tseba yang gore wa rekisa.
Taba ngiyabonga kakhulu for isikhatsi sakho, ngiyajabula futhi ukubona ukuthi business lakho lisamile liyaphambili.
I'd like to thank Making Moves for giving us the opportunity to showcase our growth and most importantly to show other entrepreneurs out there that if Bongani can do it, so can you.
2013, the last time kitlile mo, ne re blomme mo le re bua ka business ya ha.
Yeah, ke lona le tlapalela, se le shift o.
Yeah.
Le go ba se shift.
No, le go ke ke bona sa lona, empa I see a few changes. Ke bona le bota le le orange ya le saleyo.
It is important that as small companies we should not do things just for the sake of doing them.
Ngisa Mayibuye ngizobona usomabhizinisi wethu esobe sichitha usuku naye. Lensizwa lena inothando olukhulu kakhulu okuthuthukisa umkhandlu wangakubo. Futhi ke ibhizinisi lakhe lona ke lela nalo ele IT Training Center nalo lisebenzela khona lapha elokishini lase Mayibuye. Lensizwa lena last saw him 3 years ago. Ibhizinisi lakhe lona lalisendleleni ukuthi ke liyathuthuka. Kodwa ke ngizwa kuthiwa ibhizinisi lakhe alizi kahle. Amacebo wona ukulithuthukisa akhona. Ingakho ngizombona ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi yini ke okumvimba ukuthi ibhizinisi lakhe liye phambili.
I'm Tatau, born in Limpopo, a qualified IT software developer and the owner of iYouth Technology.
It's been a long time since Gauteng 2013, eh?
2013, since Rakupana Moe.
Speaking of which, congratulations are in order. Kutlabare time and order.
Thank you, President. Thank you. Yeah, ke to bantate. Na go safe fihile re motho e bentate.
Yeah.
Wana teng wa fihla ona jwale. Safe fihile ga botsena le.
Yeah. So soon you have a little bundle of joy ya
Junior.
Yeah. Will you be ready mona ka bana bona step sabal time amfethu ke ntho ba reng enye into leyo ha ke ntate empa wena are you ready for fatherhood na?
Yeah, get ready mare. Se ke prepare le ona because je ke tseba a se ke direga mistake ke ntse ke plan gore ga ke fitla jara je so ke tla bantate wa bona so o bolela nnete ke ready.
If you're not here go business now or relax kae monna, what do you enjoy doing these days? House span.
Na ke motho le re ke rata sport.
Yeah.
If I get business it's either ke tja road work ke rana road work. If I get tja road work ke go kgweleng ya dinao rata bolo too.
Wow, tseba bolo
man. E ba mpitsa 16 valve.
Wa bona ba bana ba mpitsa go 16 valve ne di dikgomo e kopolong. Le nane ba mpitsa 16 V mara ne ke le kgomo. So I don't say ba bona mo why ha ke tsebe.
Nna bone tsaile motho na rata bolo.
Abekele one of the leader ya team enyane. It was a small team. So e bedlala mo strateng. I was one of the best player at that time because be ba rata umpitsa ba re ke nna doctor. Ke na go doctor sa ke. Dr. Kuba.
2013, the last time ke tlile mo, ne re plomme mo le re bua ka business ya ha.
Yeah, ke lona le tapalela. Se le shift o.
Yeah.
Le go ba se shift.
No, le go ba ke bona sa lona. Empa I see a few changes. Ke bona le bota le orange ya le saleyo.
Internet services. We help the university student with their assignments. We teach the end user computer for the community. I'm an owner of IoT Technology. IoT Technology provides the following services. We provide website design, we provide telecommunication networks, and we also provide training. If you want more about our services, you can go to our website. Our website is www.iyouth.co.za. And if you want to visit our offices, you can find us in this address, 2555 Terrace Street, Mayibuye.
Ke bona o change le branding e botsana ke bona ntate ha re kene ka re tla bua ka tsa kgweba se re le ka. Take me through.
Reception ya rona ke ye. Re khone ira privacy ya class gore ma student a rona khone ba le privacy.
Yeah.
Ye ke office ya rona where ra internet cafe other services le gore ba dinyaka.
No.
Customers are
Nice.
You're welcome.
So the changes that you've done in business now, you want to impact a business in what way, and how have they helped the business to grow?
I assign one of our lady. Kena lo gore o rela di filing, o rela di pampiri tse lo gore di need filing and PA so. And then kamola gare ke na la another staff se C1. O lo gore assist ka go facilitate my student. Ke some of the changes ko staff sa rona and le business sa rona. Re khathile di focus ya rona go internet cafe as a re focusitse go class go re ke core business sa rona. And then ra add le service ya go design a website. Re ke boletse rena le 2 clients so far. Yeah. And then the telecommunications. Mo lo gore provide the landlines and we install the networks.
Yeah.
Welcome to our class Arona Encha.
Yes, sir.
If you go to 2013, there's no partition. We hold the desk fela. Actually, I can't be mix because there's no control the student.
Yes.
So that's why I decided to have a partition.
Yeah.
So we have a privacy of the student.
Kidrile the cost of the Excel, PowerPoint. Didn't twist it too much because the honor apply. And limo ke kana wana sekolo ke gona o ira di assignment because ne ke sa tsebe se le computer.
So how do we work hanyane about the classes tsa hao di etsa mo hae? First thing, ke ntwe ntle hore you've petitioned o kwetse privacy thing, but the space is limited.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where you are.
This is our center.
Right.
If you look at those are the computer too, and then a lady. The office.
Okay.
The office is the center, it's everything, all in one. Yeah.
Okay.
So how many students do you see in a day?
Okay, intake ya rona eso. Per 3 months re tsa ma student I-15. Re tsa ma student I-15, re ba le class tse 2 a day. Re na le class ya go tsena go seng. Ile gore re nka ma student I-7. Then re ba le class ye kena go around bo ma 12. Mo lo re nka another group. Kana go engwe kula lo gore nka 20. And then ba lo gore ba tswa mmerekong ba tla around 5. So re na le di-group tse 3 gabotse go ya kana because re na le 7 and then ra ba le another 5 or 6.
So when I exactly go business thing, what do you do? Because now say khudile.
Focus ya actually ke go manager go make sure gore operation e tlala e le right every day. Ke management. Banking yona lo re sale processing ga yona.
What's taking long?
They need some documents. Because your application really, but the hacks
is in corporation?
Is a company, it's a private company. PTY Ltd. Yeah.
Okay. He's all over the place when it comes to planning and prioritizing. When you open the business, you cannot operate if the documents are in order.
You must understand that the fundamentals of marketing talk about the 4 P's of marketing. And they're talking about price, they're talking about the place, they're talking about promotion, and they're talking about the product.
The only problem is that we can't facilitate.
Making moves. Making moves. So, Abutuak, I know accreditation is also billionary.
Yes.
So now, what happens after the student is finished? What courses are on? What graduate as well?
Since I run a partnership with the self-funder.
Okay.
Partnership with the self-funder, we train the student. After we train the student, we have finished. We send the POE to the portfolio to the self-funder. Then the self-funder ito check and then ya approve about or pass it. Then ke bona le gore ba tlo issue the certificate and ke mo le gore tlo dira graduations.
Walter really engaged with us a few years back. We found in terms of our relationship and partners with partners, so the important thing is credibility, integrity, trust. That's how relationships are built, and we've seen those qualities in Walter. He also had passion about community development, which we quite is one of our key values that we look in terms of our partners, and Walter had those qualities as well, and hence we agreed that we'll have a partnership with him.
I'm good with the prices how the student have all the whole over the right the prices how 900 ke chelete shop. Empana, is it enough to make sure or loan more high? You have enough to cover the cost now?
Yeah, enough for cover the cost. The only problem is that we patela di facility tsa rona sustain a business.
Well, it's a good thing that people are paying for the training courses that you're offering, because that shows appreciation that people are willing to pay for what they receive. You must understand that the fundamentals of marketing talk about the 4 P's of marketing. And they're talking about price, they're talking about the place, they're talking about promotion, and they're talking about the product. In this case, the product is training. The price is 900 rands. The people appreciate and pay for that price, and they see that there is value in paying for that price. If you take it higher and there is a dwindle in the people that are coming, it could be that it is out of their price range at the moment. It may be that you need to have a strategy of looking at your price and your competitiveness and the offering of what you're putting in front of the people. And all of that has to be taken in a balance. You've got to say, in this environment, what can I charge? And it's based on what you could do market research on and find out if there's a need, an appreciation to pay that amount.
I know, so, Abu Walter, last time was 2013. Since 3 years since Saboni, it's a long time in business. But it feels like Usansane Ostakile from where we were the last time.
No, we are going to start. As I said, maybe property was because it's all on the same place. Mara experience already today on a business. The income I before.
While I do understand the pressure that Walter might be having in terms of space, it is important that as small companies, we should not do things just for the sake of doing them. One has to be mindful of how it's going to impact on the other resources that you have, like your financial resources. If you move, for instance, from an area where you can comfortably have a production line on a low rental and things like that, you've got to consider that. You've got to maintain that. I started my company in my house, and for more than a year, we were in a little room in my house, and there was 3 of us. I mean, the place was so small, you had to go outside to change your mind. But the point is that when the time is right, you've got to move. And sometimes it's better to go into a place where there's similar or complementary business like yours. And when you do that, you'll be able to go into an area where you can share resources. We did that. We moved into an area which we call the township in Midrand, where we shared resources. There was about 10 companies, and we had 1 boardroom. But all those resources were shared equally among the companies. And we realized that in so doing, we could save so much more, and we could stretch the rent, as it were, a bit much further. So I think those are things that you need to consider before you can move.
So what would you say right now are your real challenges that you're having with on? Because Gauteng property, mara everything else is whole. What are some of those real challenges that you need help with? Your business and take it further.
The real challenge is that space is especially office container if I create building. So the challenge is a real challenge so far.
Social business. One thing I'm impressed about, business how is still standing. Go check it. You made a few changes. Hopefully next time I get like a check, you'll be in a bigger space.
Exactly.
Business how
that's our plans for sure.
The employees
alright.
And the small I hope we get money no. Yeah. Thank you very much, Walter, for Skatsako. Thank you very much.
This program here provided and attract the customers that new because of this program, and hopefully after this one, I believe that we'll get our own space and accreditation, and then run a professional business. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Since the last time he was here on the show yet. Muzikayise yena igama lakhe ibhizinisi lakhe lalibizwa ngokuthiwa ICT solutions lamsebenzela lapha eDube. Things have changed. Ibhizinisi selimprovile njengamanje usebenzela lapha eJohannesburg CBD futhi unenye branch ePitori. Ake sixoxisane naye sizwe ukuthi ke imapha amanye ama improvements asebewenzile since the last time we saw him.
Kama Muzikayise Nkosi, the founder and CEO of ICT Solutions.
I think last time ngigcina ukubona kwaku 2009.
Yeah.
Ngigcina ukubona. Kunjani mama sekhaya?
No basaphila. Yeah, nabantwana sebakhulile.
Yes.
Family no bamnandi.
Bamnandi.
Yeah.
Sesikhuluma sithi sebekhulile ingane ke. How old ke manje? Iminyaka esihamba phi?
Intombazane is 13 years.
Yeah.
And then umfana it's 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
Intombazane 13. Yeah. Ah no into enhle leyo ngiyajabula kakhulu ukubona and kuyangithokozisa futhi ukubona ukuthi impilo isathuthuka uyaphambili nawe. Yebo baba. So ngiyazwa ukuthi business njengoba liyathuthuka liyaphambili nalo ama branches amabili ukungcebeleka wenza ini uma ungekho enkampanini yakho?
Well, at this moment I'm just in a fixed company so because it's a site builder. And our branches, we are about to open another branch.
Yes.
And that one will be in Bryanston. We finalized everything. Finally, move by econ.
Yeah.
So because of that business, I don't really get time. The only time we can touch families, go holiday.
Yeah.
That's the only time. But for social links or no. That one is just on park for now.
Yeah. Last time ngicela ukubona sahamba sayobona ubaba wakho. Usaphila baba Nkosi?
Usaphila. Saphila kakhulu, and njengoba ngangishilo na before, he's still my driving force.
Kwaba njani kuwena baba ubhuti Muzi mesethi wena hey mina baba sengifuna ukuyoyisebenza ngifuna ukuba usomabhizinisi?
Hayi kwafika ukujabula kodwa ngabuye futhi ngafikelwa ikwethuka ukuthi sasemncane osomabhizinisi ngaze abantu abakhulu abanemali mayena njengoba esemncane ephuma esikoleni uzoyikhona kanjani le business uzoyiphakamisa kanjani le business?
Yebo baba kuhle la ekhaya buka nje
no siyabonga
kuhle impela.
I mean first impressions last, so a client maga walking in they have to be impressed, and then when you sit down for a meeting they're already sold.
The only thing ko hanchi kamo kumsebetsi what difficult because I need to report and report ko yena, but every vita kontlung ke another boss
making moves.
I am the founder and CEO of ICT Solutions, which specializes in 3 areas of business in ICT: software development, which we do school learner management system like this one, which is based on e-learning systems in South Africa. We also develop mobile applications, and we also do learnerships based on the accreditation with MICT SETA, with ICB, and also Microsoft. We also do ICT support for businesses, small, medium, and also government. We are based in 2 offices in Pretoria, Arcadia, and also based in Johannesburg Central in Marshalltown. We can be found on www.ekacit.com. Welcome, ICT Solutions.
Impressive. No, I'm impressed. Kuhle la ekhaya buka nje.
No siyabonga.
Kuhle impela.
I mean first impressions last, so a client maga walking in they have to be impressed, and then when you sit down for a meeting they're already sold.
They're already sold.
That's the whole plan.
I know into enhle lena ngiyabona man. Kuhle impela man futhi. Take me around this morning insizwa.
Sister Tebogo ke lo. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Not so long. I started to work for ECAS in 2014, but you'll be surprised that when I joined ECAS, I was only an assessor. Then I rose through the ranks from an assessor to a training manager, training director, now managing director. One thing I've picked from him is that he does reward performing employees, and not only performing employees, but I've come to realize that he makes sure that right people are in the right positions in terms of qualifications, experience, and all that. And I think that can be the reason why I rose so quickly in a short period of time.
Mntwana, yebo. Ngiyazi ukuthi eqaleni wawenza lama services nje ayemancane kukhuluma nje ukufundisa i-basic computer umphakathi. Izinto manje seziguqukile njengoba ibusiness lakho usuke wathi ukudiversify wahlanganisa izinto ezintsha futhi. Ngicela ungichazele kabanzi ama services eseniwenza manje lawa aseguqule ibusiness ukuze libe kanje.
Njengoba besengishilo ukuthi we had to change our business strategy. So we wanted to align ourselves with the training environment as South Africa.
Yes sir.
So we had to be registered as a training provider, even though we were registered at that time, but it's the extension of scope. Now, no longer we were doing end user computing, which is basic computing.
Yes, sir.
But now we are also accredited to do technical support, we are accredited to do system support, systems development, and we are accredited by MICT SETA, which is a body that regulates trainings, which is skills development in South Africa. So that is one part of the business, but we are also a software development company. We've hired top-end gurus in terms of software developing, and we've developed amazing softwares up to date. There's a software that we are trying to introduce for the e-learning. As you know, government wants to go paperless, so we have a software for that, but we are trying to push it and see what the government can actually buy into it.
As I find it difficult to say because of because of everything we do together. We travel together, every time we together, lunch together, so it wasn't that difficult. Even now, we still do the same thing. It's not that difficult, but the only thing what difficult because I need to report and report but every time another boss. pay a revenge.
Yini ibhizinisi likhona and nithola kanjani or abantu beza kini because bathi abuso bumnyama deals or isibhekelana nabodaki?
No, you know what? I've sat and looked at this BEE thing or language.
Yeah.
To me, it doesn't sound as if if you are a black person, business. But you have to have those skills so that those business deals. So basically, it's based on clientele. Once we service a certain client, that client also refer to other people, of which I think that's the biggest marketing tool that you can ever have, word of mouth marketing or AMA referrals. You can put out your brochures and flyers and television, but the biggest marketing tool is for somebody to tell the other business person, which you know what, that company does a good job.
The atmosphere in this place, it's a little bit different than all the other campus because you know, when I started, I thought it would be hard because as normal campus are where you write exams and it's tense and you only get one chance and you know, facilitators don't really teach you as they're supposed to teach you. But yeah, it's different, you understand, they make sure that you pass and you feel like home.
I know ngiyabona izinto sesikhulukile insizwe. Yabona manje ukhuluma kugcwala umlomo manje. Insizwe hey, ayiphumela nje amagama kuyaflowa nje ngamanje. Yes sir. So iclass lokuqala leli sime kulona.
Yeah, iclass lokuqala leli sinobonkosi. Ubonkosi ubhizi wenza ama setups ukuthi libe ready le class. Because sinama clients amaningi azayo and as they come baba nama requirements are different.
Yes sir. Mangaka ama class in total?
In total la Johannesburg sina 5 classes.
5 classes.
Yeah.
Kulona building esikulona.
Kuleli building esikulo. We've taken the whole 14th floor of Le Bilite Segulo, and yeah, we're covering space.
I know, I know from humble beginnings.
Humble beginnings. Okay.
Ama-challenges osubhekene nalo njengoba lindlondlobala libangaka athini?
There is a couple ezikhona, but the ones that stand alone kakhulu issue yama late payments. You know, as a small business, because asinayo liquid cash flow, it becomes difficult to keep afloat if clients are not paying us on time. Not only government, but also on corporate. So our appeal is small businesses, they must pay us on time so that we can keep afloat and run and sustain ourselves.
Sure. That's a big problem. I think it's one of the biggest contributors to eroding a lot of the SME market. Most of the companies have gone down as a result of that, the late payment, especially from government. It is important that people should be able to pay for your services and pay, because you've got creditors as well that you need to pay. With the lack of cash flow, your company can go down. I wish I could give you sound advice on this, but this is what we all battle about. There's the structures that have been set up where you can report such things in provincial and in local governments and in national government.
ICT, ICT, catered for our client. Are we talking private sector? Government?
Yeah. Well, we cater for two major clients. In fact, it's a group of industries. We cater for government and we also cater for corporate. Now, our learnerships, they come in a partnership between government, private sector, and us as training providers. That's how learners come in, because we don't do walk-in individual clients. We only deal with groups. When it comes to corporate, when it comes to government, we deal then with learnerships. I was actually happy because we got recognition through Making Moves, the first episode, when we were featured. Because now people will now recognize the company name, will recognize the face, which makes it easier when doing marketing. So this will actually make it easier for us to actually go a step forward, more than where we are today.
Yeah.
Now we have a total of 20 people that are permanently employed with the company. Like Johannesburg, people who are residing here, it's 11. And then in Pretoria, it's 9.
In Pretoria, 9, 11.
But we're obviously looking for growth. Maguti Sialapayana, Bryanston will need more people.
Yes, sir. Growth plans, Sigbona Gupi, Kulmile Novus, that's a Bryanston. Inenye Sigbona, we take Hila Manjia Pambi.
Expansion by itself is a good idea, but you don't want to grow too fast and stretch your resources and not be able to effectively utilize the resources that you have on hand. If you go out of the country, you've got to make sure that you have actually consolidated before you leave the shores of South Africa. I think rushing ahead before you are ready can be a problem.
Through the software development department, we've been traveling almost throughout Africa trying to build relationships with African states. That's where we see ourselves now. We want to break the borders, saying operating only in South Africa. But obviously, we are also looking at having offices all around the provinces in South Africa. But our biggest wish, especially in Gauteng as a head office, is to have our own building.
I'm impressed about what I see. Ipilitina lili khona isakhiwo simile, occupier yonke le floor lena, ama classes akhona konke kuhle mntaka baba. It's so impressive, ngiyajabula.
I think ICT is going places because the company has the right mind frame. They are looking at expansion. They are thinking well beyond the shores of South Africa. They are thinking about the JSE and listing. They have e-learning solutions which are well-sounded and which they want to implement. I think they are on a sound footing as it is at the moment. And I think with just a little bit of hard work, we can see this company in a few more years coming through very well. There's not much more advice one can give, but all the blessings to them because they are in the right track and they are moving in the right direction.
Go to your interview.
Yeah.
Well,
ngihlala anyway.
Yes.
La ukhona. But they've decided to ngihlale somewhere.
Yeah.
So singangena.
Singene insizwa.
Naleke office abanginike lona.
PlayStation.
Yeah, but ngihlalela for privacy. So yeah, this is where I sit.
Hayi sinsoshaya amasuti ke ngiyakubona ukuthi already uhlala lapha yana le office lakho liyakufanela ke insizwa ngithi. From jeans nama shirt la sasoshaya ngaleza ikhathi. We haven't done too bad.
Yeah.
No, we haven't done too bad.
Sisaselapho.
Hayi no, ngibonga kakhulu.
Ngiyabonga Pete.
Thank you for that.